It's Sunnyside Live 43, and I'm so glad you're viewing.
And get your hat, leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Keep your gait a bit pat, and your troubles with no slow step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
We're leading off today with the second art show from Grand Finale, the last Duck's Breath Mystery Theater live performance. As a unit, we do paintings. And Rubble, Dan Coffey's masterwork about Rubbles. And Sterling Delzell telling us about the shadow people.
I used to walk in the shade with those blues.
Why would you be doing anything else besides watching this show?
I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over.
I'm not. I'm doing the show.
And get your hat, leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
Hello. No rainbow today. And we're late starting because I was trying to get the rainbow. Well, for a long time, I didn't even have the video. And that's a problem because there's not going to be a show unless I can show you the videos, because that's what we're doing. I'm introducing you to comedy videos that are on Sunnyside YouTube, and you can go anytime and watch. But I'm presenting here to say, look, here's what you can look at. And we're premiering original comedy videos. But right now, let's get to the queen of the world, because this is a show about comedy and she has a joke every show. Okay, far away, queen. Knock, knock. Who's there? Wooden shoe. Wooden shoe who? Wouldn't you like to know? It's the queen of the world. That's what it is. It's the queen of the world. She's fantastic. And her humor is basic. That's why we start with the queen of the world every day. We start with the queen of the world because the basis of humor is some kind of disconnect, wooden shoe, and wouldn't you with an accent. I don't know. Is that a problem? Is there some kind of problem with that as a joke? I don't know. I got it out of a kid's book, so joke for kids. So somebody had to say, no, that's okay for the kids. Wouldn't you get up? Oh, I can't do that. I was being the queen without showing the queen. That's something you have to learn real early in switching ventriloquism school. Okay, let's get to the ducks. This is in the grand finale was 3 sections of art show, 3 2-minute episodes, and this is number 2.
His bride to the right, slightly pregnant. That's an old Renaissance tradition. The little dog on the floor is a symbol of fidelity, and the shoes on the left are a symbol of stability. Now, if you look way back in the painting, you'll catch that circular mirror of Mr. Van Eyck as he paints this famous work. Let's get out of here and go to Italy, the land where the Renaissance began. And the man whose game we all love to play, Mr. Botticelli. This is 1488, the birth of Venus. Now this is the first great sensual rendering of pagan subject matter. Note the pastel tones in the human flesh. You see here Venus, newly born in the half shell, while Iris, goddess of the horizon, attempts to clothe the naked figure, and Boreas and the east wind try to blow the clothes away. A little sense of humor, something you didn't see in that medieval stained glass. Moving on to Norway for a little expressionism. That crazy Jorgi Torgi Forgi, Edvard Munch. This is 1898. The Scream. Now, it's obvious in the hollowed eyes and the green complexion on the fella in the foreground, his face says scream. Typical of expressionism. His body's contorted as is the scarlet and puce landscape in the background, much in contrast to the fake perspective, rush of the bridge railing and the two dwarfs in the back.
Okay. So that's that part. And I'm sorry, but I originally did this so that it would be easy to search through to find parts. And also that the segments could run on Twitter, because Twitter's video length is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So I was posting stuff on Twitter at that point. And so, all the guys in Dutch Breath said to me, I'm not going to say you know. I'm not going to say you know. All the guys in Dutch Breath said to me, Bill, what are you doing? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the art show segment by itself as soon as tomorrow, right after tomorrow. It's going to be its own video up, and we'll promote that. And I think I'll do that with all the sequences, including Randy, who is 5 segments. That's how long Randy is. But it's good. Jim is just really good at that Randy stuff. All right, let's get to the original stuff for today. We got 2 things. We got Dan Coffee, Coffee Stories, and this is Dan taking a text and an image and an image and writing a short story about it, and then me goofing around with post-production effects to try to get something that's interesting. And I think this one turned out to be pretty dang cool. Of course, it's like when you edit something, everything you do, I love.
She was a rebel.
They asked her to leave the university right after her sophomore year.
She was the only member of the Young Communist League in Neosho, Missouri. When the John Birch Society burned her clubhouse down, she moved to Joplin in search of like-minded companions.
Rumor has it she eventually moved to Hollywood and became a model.
Yeah. Okay. That's I just think that's great. I like it short, and I like that it's an idea, and you're just going, and it's just like the Queen of the World, only it's like, here's a picture, and just take stuff and kind of connect it to it, and don't say oh, what's the penalty? There is no penalty for saying just self-incrimination. I don't know if that's right. All right. I have no idea how long the show is going because we started late, so the clocks don't help me. But let's get to the feature original. This is the 9th episode of Sterling Delzell, and there's 14 episodes. And man, this is written by Leanne Merle Kessler, and Jim Turner plays Sterling, which he's done for 40 years now, ever since The Blob Grows Up, which he was the host of, and that's where the character started. And it started off as a takeoff of Paul Harvey, but it turned into what we're seeing now. All right, let's hope it's coming up pretty soon. Oh, no.
Here's a sample of Sterling Dalzell and mind-boggling conversations you can have with him. These are taken from his program, which is a talk show.
I am on the satellite.
Here you go.
How many years we've been on the air now?
Couple months.
11 years at least.
Couple months.
And if we've learned one thing in all this time, we've learned that you make your own luck. You set fire to the dice, but then tell everybody you rolled snake eyes or whatever it is you need to win at dice. I mean, who's going to know? They're on fire. They're gone. Not a gambling man. I'm one of those people that own the casino. People come in to lose money at my table or my machine, and I say, thank you, come again, or I would if I owned a casino. You mark the deck. You put lead in the dice. You put a magnet in the spinning wheel with the numbers. And before you know it, Mr. Big Spender is walking out the door wearing nothing but a barrel and a sheepish grin. Not saying it's nice or fair, but that's the way we lead every day. All that and nanobots in the cerebellum that monitor our every move with the potential to control our very movements from afar. I mean, not yet, but soon. So we have Cedric from Des Plaines. You're on the air.
What? Is it me?
Well, I assume it's you. I'll leave it to you to judge whether you're you or not.
What?
You're on the air.
Oh, so I was just sitting there playing solitaire and I realized the cards aren't even real anymore. They're computer cards, pictures that move around on a screen. Well, they job in a shuffling sound to remind you of what loneliness used to be like.
Used to buy all my playing cards at the Rexall store, all wrapped up for you, crisp yet slippery.
You know, I once bought a pinochle deck by mistake. Was my face red when I got home?
Pinochle requires 3 or 4 people to play if memory serves.
That's right. When you live alone, that's like a sock in the snoot.
Oh, that's why the good Lord gave us solitaire.
No doubt. Well, that's not why I called.
Why did you call, Cedric?
Now, I've been thinking about what you say. You hit the nail on the head pretty much 80% of the time, talking about how the shadows used to be real, and now they're just like cartoon shadows. They stretch out weirdly and do not obey the laws of physics.
Or perhaps they are too obedient to the laws of physics.
Sure, okay. And it got me to thinking about the times I used to hit the casinos back in the day.
You know, back before you were afraid to leave the house.
Correct. Now we say back in the day, but you never knew in a casino if it was day or not. No clocks, no windows, all fluorescent lights. You don't know what time it is. And there are no shadows.
Interesting.
So there's no place for these shadow people to hide. They'd stick out like a sore thumb, which makes me wonder, do the shadow people gamble at all? Do they know what cards are even? Do they take in shows or go for long walks in the moonlight? How would we know if we can't see them?
Good questions.
And what do we call them? Shadow people or blots or inklings or shades? Do they have a name?
I imagine that they have individual names. But really, Cedric, they're just employees of the deep state. Frightening to us, but not to each other. They punch in, punch out, go home to their evil little satanic hovels, just like we do on this side of the mirror. They're invisible bureaucrats, you might say.
Oh, then what are we afraid of?
Well, for one thing, the very fabric of physical reality itself could be ripped into tiny little pieces.
By invisible bureaucrats. Look at the post office or the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Bent on our destruction.
Nothing, I guess. Talk to you later, Sterling.
Always good to hear from you, Cedric. Stay with us.
For what? That's pretty much the show right there, Sterling.
And proprietary vitality formula to increase virility and, of course, femininity, depending on your blood type.
Well, hold on, Sterling.
Sorry, Harvey. Got to move on.
It's a talk show. Join the fun. Enter the longitude and latitude of your digital device. Make sure your mic is working. Webcam, if you got it, speakers on. Choose a username and password. Also product code, lowercase HRDUFF, uppercase Q. 317, uppercase M, ampersand, asterisk, comma. Hit send. You're golden. You're good to go.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we watched that one because here's a little boo-boo there at the end of the Sterling video. And we're promoting that today. We're promoting Rebel, Coffee Stories, and that episode with Ed Holmes doing the voice, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. I'm going to fix it, though. I'm going to fix it. Right now, it's time to end the show, and then we'll get to see how long it was. And we're not starting the show again. We are not starting the show again. We are ending the show, and we are saying goodbye.